Howdy folks, welcome back to Shallow Pockets Acres. This here's a trail cam at the back of the property. Had some deer here going through at night, which most of the deer travel at night up there. They do some moving around during the day, but not a whole lot. I really don't know. This group of 3 or 4, and that there kind of looks like it might be a young buck. Kind of got a couple bumps there on top of his head, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And we do, and I don't know if this was that group where it looks like it's the mama from last year and her 2 fawns from last year, and she's the deer that's got the extra white up a little higher on her belly that you can see, and I think she's in here in the daylight in a couple of the videos later on. We have some squirrels running around back here still. And there's a set of eyes there to the left of the bigger tree that's there in the center. And I really ain't sure what that was that night, whether it was a squirrel in there. I guess they can be active at night, but they're not not active at night very often. But we got another clip here later of what looks like a squirrel going up this smaller tree to the left in the dark too, so that may have been a squirrel in that night video. We seem to have a few squirrels running around back here still. Like this right here, going up this tree close. And there's a doe with the whites a little higher up on her. And I don't know if the 2 here following her are her fawns from last year or not for sure. But the one kind of looks like it's got some bumps on its head that you'll see here in the next few little video clips, and the other one definitely looks like it's a doe tail. The one here close to the camera kind of looks like there might be a couple little bumps there starting. They hung out in here for a little while eating on their way up through. And most of these videos are in March and April. I think the memory card actually got full before the beginning of May, because we had several days where the wind was blowing, and all that was on the camera, I don't know how many videos it did take, but there were several of them for 3 or 4 different days that were just the trees blowing. And we had to have a bobcat show up here again. which increased the amount of squirrels hanging out on the ground may be the reason the bobcats start coming through again. That's a pretty good sized bobcat there. Another squirrel going up a tree. And one there on the ground running around. Another deer through. And some more deer. I don't know if this is that 3 again or no. Because there's a couple different groups of 4 or 5 deer running around together too that's coming through the area. Another squirrel in here running around. Another squirrel. Looked like he found an acorn or something. What's going on with that? Nice gobbler come there and through. And then we have this bear that hung out here for a little while, as you'll see. And I don't know if this is the same one that I got on the video before this one or not for sure, but it's coming from a different direction than what the other one was heading from the last video. And when I first watched this, I was wondering, whenever I sit back like this, whether that foot there was that's moving around was it maybe a cub with it, but there's not no cub with it. And this is a fairly decent sized bear. I'd hate to have to actually guess how big it actually is, but I'm going to say it's probably 150 pounds anyhow, maybe a little bit bigger than that, maybe 200 even, 250 maybe, I don't know. It's just too hard to judge a bear of this particular size. And then the bear is in here and checks out the camera up close. And I'm probably lucky that I didn't lose my camera, but it didn't do any damage to the camera while it was in here checking it out. And we have another deer here come through, and I think it checks out the camera too. This was, I think, the following morning after that bear was through, and the deer's here sniffing out the area, probably smelling the bear still. We had a couple raccoons come through, which we don't get the raccoons on the property real often, but we do every now and then. And then a chipmunk here at the bottom of the tree. And then we have a couple jakes come up through here. And Another deer, maybe a couple went here at night again. I don't remember for sure. And then this here will probably end up being my thumbnail picture. This is definitely a big bear. And I'd hate to guess how big this bear actually is. If I don't forget here in the future, I'll get a picture of me standing there beside that tree to kind of try to judge by. And then the bobcat's back in again. This is getting close to the end of the video, so thanks for watching. Another gobbler going through.